Well, guys, we are back where we started right now. Um, as you can see, took a pretty big loss again today, and not really the end of the world. It's kind of hard to complain about pretty much blowing accounts after you just took a $10,000 payout. Even just thinking about getting 5 new accounts doesn't really phase me right now. It is what it is. Like, that's not even a tenth of the money I just took out, so not that big of a deal. But I do have a plan to save these accounts. But I did take 2 trades today. Both of them were pretty good, honestly. They just didn't play out. And then my other account, which had a bit more balance, still does. I took 4 trades, and that really didn't play out. Still green on the week, though. And that's the annoying thing about prop firms. You can still be green on the week and then technically still lose. But this account sitting at $2. This account sitting at $2. This one's at 480. This one's at 100. So my plan for next week is just to trade this account, one micro, probably this one as well. Just one micro it. Just try to work my way back up a little bit on these because I do want to keep these accounts alive. And then the plan for next week is to wait till Friday for the other 2 accounts and full port CPI. Hopefully I can get a buffer back, but if not, it'll give me a nice little reset. I'll be more chill this week. I'm not trading as much size. And if that doesn't work out, I'll just buy more evals over the weekend and move forward. But I'm going to be starting a combine right now, well, technically on Monday anyways, to get a 5th account. So not that big of a deal. But let's go over the trades today. We had 2 red folder at 7 a.m. We had lots of fair value gaps. This one I had my eye on, but this didn't close till right at news. And as you can see, we did not close above it. We didn't close above it till 11, right? This one almost did, and then it wicked down last minute. So that was partially the reason we were taking shorts on the first trades after we tapped into that. We had this gap up here, this gap up here, and we pretty much had swept out everything on the sell side other than this. And I figured we would get a reversal at some point, but it was really strong today. I know a lot of people got smoked today. I shouldn't have, but it is what it is. New York PM, New York lunch, New York AM all stacked there within a 4-hour gap. London low, Asia low there. London, Asia here. First trade I took was pretty simple. Market opens right here, and we have this 15-minute gap. So we have these 2 15-minute gaps here, which needed to be filled. And then right off the rip, you can see that we inverse this gap here, right? So I'm thinking after we inverse all this, and sorry, we were right here, market open. After we inverse all this, we're most likely just going to dump off market open like we've been doing. And we get this inversion on this 15-minute here, and we tap back into this 1-minute gap perfectly. This was a great setup in my opinion. And not to mention that we took out this high right before market open. We inverse this 15, and the trade runs decent at the start, but takes me out right about there. And I was basically just aiming for this right here, so it was a little bit lower. And this went decently into profit, but it turned out to be a $400 loss. Like I said, that was a good trade in my opinion. It was just lots and lots of volume trading right at market open. You can see we just got this absolute Drake candle, and we barely even tapped into the gap. So I was not really expecting that, but that's how it's been going at market open lately. So it is what it is on that one. My next trade was a long, and this one I really got fried on this one. It was some sort of inversion. We closed above this 3-minute gap here that had been holding. As you can see, we were working into this a lot, and we closed above this, and we had highs here within and then the gap as well. So I entered, or we got a tap back into this. This would have been the best entry off this wick here, but I missed that, and I got in a little bit late, and it fucked me over. I got in right on this here, and this just took me out. I only had $250 to play with, so I couldn't really bring my stops down, but I was basically just targeting this. It was a 1-to-1, just like that, and we did tap back into this gap after taking out this high, and we had this one right here, so it was obvious we were going to take it out, but we just got this big ass candle that inverts these gaps out of nowhere, and then we go right to TP right after. So again, not a bad trade, but that kind of set me off for 3 of the accounts, and then I continued trading on the single account. But yeah, that's just been this kind of week, guys. Like, it's just shit like that that's just getting me lately. I don't necessarily think I'm trading bad. It's just my stop loss, take profits have not been ideal, and I'm trading a little bit like I don't give a fuck after getting that payout. And I need to really lock back in with my mental. So I don't think it'll be a bad thing if I do end up blowing these accounts. Fresh start would be nice. Like I said, I took 10K, so let's just call it 300 on the evals originally. Now they upped their prices, it'll be 500. So $800 like to buy the previous evals and then the new ones, and I'm pretty sure I have some free reset codes. I haven't looked in a long time, but I should have a few. So I haven't even spent a tenth of the payout, and I'll have 5 fresh accounts. So it is what it is if I blow them, but full porting CPI has paid off for me in the past, so we will obviously be trying that again. I'm not going to do anything with $2 on my balance. That's not going to work, so give that a try. But my next trade was really good on the main account. Obviously, we filled this gap, swept those 2 highs, 1 minute inversion here, and then sorry, I'm trying to remember. I think it was also a 2-minute inversion. I'm not gonna fuck around and show you guys on my top step right now, but whatever. There's a 1-minute inversion, and we also closed below this gap and closed below this gap here, right? So this was the best trade of the day by a mile, and I didn't get full TP on it, but I secured $270. I entered right on this pullback into the fair value gap, and like I said, this was the trade of the day. If you guys did take this was the A+ setup. I saw a lot of people bank before this even happened on the long, so I know a lot of people didn't take this, but we had this 15-minute gap still here, and then obviously we had these 2 down here still to be taken out. So there was lots of targets to the downside, and I unfortunately targeted a little bit too low. I was targeting down to this low here, and this took me out right about there. So I trailed my stop into profit, and got taken out right there, and we never ended up hitting TP. So probably a good thing. I would have broke even on the day if I would have cashed out down here, but the fact that we did still inverse this 1 minute here, I definitely thought we were going to push lower, but it was weird. Inversions were just not playing out today, other than this first one here. But yeah, that was all right. That was a really good trade. If you took it to here and then got an entry off this first inversion targeted here, it's a really good 1 to 2 setup. That was the best trade of the day by far. So at this point, I'm down like $300 on that account, and I decided to take one more trade, which was not a good idea, and it was a long at this candle here. But I think I entered all the way up here, and this got stopped out pretty much right away, and I was just targeting up to here, and of course it runs right to TP after, and I probably would have ended up extending it up to these highs, which did get taken out. And again, I was not working with a whole lot of money, but this was a pretty hefty loss, $430. I want to say my entry was a little bit lower right as we tap back into this gap, and my stops were right here. That looks a little bit more accurate to me. So if it would have played out fully, it would have been a 1 to 5, which it did. But I got fucked by this little wick here, which was really annoying. This trade was entered basically off the fact that we were still respecting these gaps on the 15-minute here. But no, sorry, it wasn't that. I'm not sure why I took this trade, to be honest, guys. It's been a long day. It seems like it might have been a little bit of a FOMO entry to me, probably, but it was a good trade. It didn't play out, and yeah, we were still respecting this hourly gap. We were still bullish overall, but I'm gonna say this trade was probably a FOMO because I can't really find any reason to justify it. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm going to stop trying because it was probably just emotional trade. But yeah, that wraps it up for today. Next week, no news Monday, which I'm usually pretty good at. So hopefully we can make some money back. And then the rest of the week, we're pretty stacked. And we got non-farm moved to Wednesday next week. So if you guys are trying to pass evals, next week is a really good week. And actually, instead of waiting for CPI, I'm probably just going to full port those two accounts for NFP. And then if I blow them, I'll still be able to use CPI to get more evals. I know this is degenerate and this is not good trading, but I'd rather do that than have to restart. Obviously, it's not guaranteed to work, but the fuck else am I going to do with a $2 balance? I didn't even mean for that to happen. That's just the way it worked out. My stop loss was set to $250 and it just happened to have $2 left. So that wasn't planned. I was just honestly not worried about blowing those accounts. But next week, Monday, be careful. Should probably be pretty chill day. Tuesday should be good. Wednesday should be good. Thursday should be good. Friday should be good. It should be a really stacked week. So hopefully everything works out for me Wednesday. But regardless, I will be trading this account every day next week. I don't give a fuck about No News Monday. Every No News Monday I've banked. So I will be trading every day next week. So I will see you guys Next week, only on one account though. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and I will catch you guys next week.